Live again. I have been messing around with settings, and in the current settings, as of right now, I have not dropped any frames. Now, I don't know if that's because I was messing around with settings, or maybe because it's gotten a little later. It's 9 o'clock here on the West Coast, and if there was bandwidth being eaten up by my neighbors or whatever, I don't know. I'm hoping that's not the case because I'd always have to be streaming late, which that's going to get a phone call made to my ISP if that's the case. Because it shouldn't be that bad with just, like neighbors, So I doubt anybody's going to join, but I still want to do some testing. And this will be on the channel. I haven't done anything else with this guy since the last one. I'm thinking about doing another level of highlight on the red. And that might just be simply a light. Ooh, this looks like it's not very happy. I've had this orange for a while. Oh no, that should be okay. That's actually kind of perfect for a dry brush. Now this might be dumb, putting orange on the red. I'm going to go super light. See if that adds just a little bit more some contrast on the raised parts. It's not too bad. The other thing to keep trying to decide is how far zoomed in to be. Maybe this is right. I don't know. Let's get a little bit more on here. Boy, that was like next to nothing. Yeah, this paint's getting old, but it's kind of perfect for dry brushing. Still don't want to hit the purple or the gold now at this point. Yeah, I think that looks good. And I may want to do so now this is where it being thick is not going to be good. When I'm trying to use it to highlight on other parts. I got next to nothing. Still needs to show up if I don't like it. I can always go back over it. Get some red. Popping out a little bit more. Still not dropping frames, so I think we're doing okay. Whether it's traffic or bitrate settings, I don't know. I don't know. to find a balance here of the thickness on this orange paint. And it not being so thin that I can't even see it. Anywhere back here I want to add more? Don't think so. All right. I'm not going to touch the red anymore unless I accidentally touch the red. Okay, there was a brief hiccup, but it looks okay. All right, now I'm going to attempt the same thing with the purple. There are lots of little pieces of fur or something in this purple, which would be perfect to dry brush if it was bigger of an area and I hadn't already painted around it. So that dried down a lot, actually. It's really hard to see what I'm doing. For you guys, it looks like. Probably too much paint. Need more of the purple definition. Showing through to contrast the red that's right next to it. So that does dry down quite a bit. So it looks a little bright right when you put it on, which is kind of scary. And I may actually even do another little highlight on top of that. I gotta get this part by the head. Trying to pick out some of these little individual tufts on this thing. I see some spots where it needs gold down there on the inside. Okay, I don't know how much you can see. What's coming through as definition on the pants. You can kind of see it a little bit on that sleeve there. But I see a part down in the neck that needs... It needs gold. So let me get that real quick, and then I'm going to have to Nuln Oil it. Don't hit the purple. Oh, I hit the purple. Dang it. Oop, that was... I almost put my metallic brush into the regular water. Okay, let's put a little bit of Nuln Oil down in there. Did I actually hit the purple? Now I can't tell. Do your thing, Nuln Oil. Cover up my mistakes. The only bad thing about that super zoomed in is it's very easy to get right out of the shot. Just throw my brush everywhere. It's good for the tip. Need a little bit more of this purple highlight on here. So now do I want to highlight it more? Maybe I should do the silver. See how it looks. I really kind of want to add some highlights to the brain. I still have the brain color in here. After that flesh shade went on, just go back with the same base color and try not to paint the gold like I just did. So I just got it really wet and then soaked it up with a dry brush. That took it off. All right. I think I'm done messing with his brain. Let's do the silver. Remove the regular water and get the metallic water. The same brush I was using earlier. Chainmail silver. So it's weird, when I was messing with OBS, the microphone like went almost like completely dead quiet for some weird reason. It's like, man, you try to fix one thing and something else breaks. All right, so just gonna pick out some stuff to highlight with the silver, like the line on the knee. The front edge of the boot. And I want to do the little face up here on the head. That's not really a highlight, that's like a complete silvering. But I will go over all the edge with the silver. Highlighting is probably not the right word. I'm trying to pick out some different elements with the silver to make it stand out. Like these rib cages that actually look like long dragon fingers or something. They look like some kind of long finger. Do like the top of the head here on the belt. There's a hand here on this thing. Touch the belt a little bit. It's not like really high enough resolution, I don't think, but maybe as I turn it, you can kind of see the front part of his boot right here kind of shine where the silver highlight went. And those ribs. I'm going to do the top of this head, but not the whole thing. All right, what about these shoulder pads? Everywhere there's just one of these little faces, I'm going to hit those faces with the silver. Silver is drying on the brush like super quick. A lot of my Vallejo and GW paints are kind of old now at this point. So working with them is a little interesting. But I haven't had the Pro Acryl paints for very long. Obviously just got the Speed paints when they came out. Maybe we'll edge highlight the top of the shoulder pads. Kinda. Yeah, I bet this would look even better if I no oil it again after putting the silver on it. It's actually not looking too bad right now, though. And this little line here on the boot. Doing okay with dropped frames still. What about the gauntlets? Oh, that's a new error. Keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. It's always great when you see new errors. Pretty sure my keyframes are 2. So why is it saying use one of 4 or less? He's looking pretty blinged out now. The boots look a little boring. All right. Yeah. Maybe it's just better to keep him down here. I wonder if another hit of Nuln Oil, how that would make it look. I don't know. Actually, I think it looks okay. Especially from, like 3 feet away or whatever. You're getting like shiny actual highlights off of parts that should be highlighted. So I think I'm going to do a little bit more in the purple. So let me find, I don't want straight white. This is an off-white. Just want to put a little tiny bit in there. See if I can bring it up a little bit more. I don't think that's going to be enough. So from the color that I had before, mixed in a little white, it's a lot more pink now. And I'm going to go very, very sparingly with this. And it's pretty watered down. So that's going to need to dry down a lot. So I really want to see how it looks when it dries. Or I'm going to mix more of the purple in and go back over it. Yeah, it's not drying dark enough. I got to mix more purple in there. I mean, it's already pretty pink to begin with. Oh, crap, that's my metallic water. Hopefully no flakes ended up in my mixture. I doubt it. Yep, this is a much better color. And we'll just hit the tops of some of these. Some really weird folds on that leg there, in the pants on that leg. Hitting the tops of those. In here and in here. Over here. Like a light glaze would look awesome on there too, probably. I think I'm going to work on the sword. It's in a scabbard, and I identified that there was some bone. So the first thing for the bone part, I'm going to go back to this off-white because I want to put a white base on it. And then we'll use like Skeletal Horde or something on it. Maybe we'll try out the Pallid Bone speed paint. This brush is on its last leg, I think. It looks like a hand grabbing the sword. That's pretty crazy. This miniature seems like it's so small. Oh, hey, Brahmithra. Thanks, man. I'm doing some testing on my stream capabilities because my internet has had issues. Working on the hand here. On a quiet Sunday afternoon at my house. Wait, it's not afternoon, on a Sunday evening. Crap, I just touched the purple. Did I touch the purple or red? No, I touched the red. No, that's not good. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, I need to let that white dry before I put some kind of bone color on it. Do I do snakebite leather? For the scabbard? What do I do for the scabbard? And the handle. I want the handle, or the part where the hand would go around the sword to be different enough. I have this mahogany color. Actually, maybe this burgundy kind of burnt red. There's already a lot of red. Let's do this. I mean, it's a big flat piece of a miniature, so like a speed paint or a contrast paint doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I have golden brown to maybe highlight. Oh, I have like or maybe Zamiri Desert. Those both look like highlight colors. Or I could do this brown with like a tan highlight. Or yeah, like a tan edge highlight. Talloran Sand. I'm gonna go with those two. Then for the grip, maybe I'll do the grip in like bronze and the tip here in bronze, just to make it look different. What are you working on, Brahmithra? Probably editing something? I don't even know if an edge highlight's gonna show up, but we'll do something. These Pro Acryl paints are pretty thin. I shouldn't say pretty thin. They're thinner than the GW paints, I think. So it's just something to keep in mind, that if you have them, you might have to do a couple of coats. I don't know if I can get this little part between the hand. It's gotten good enough. See, as it dries, I can see a little bit of that undercoat still coming through, so you got to kind of, even though it looked fully covered the first pass, it needed a little bit more. I just put up the new beta content video. I'm editing the expansion ranking video. Oh, that beta content from the sale that was, whatever, a week ago? Was it a week ago already? I think it's a fairly safe bet to bet that you're editing something. Polished gold, no, I want to do bronze. I want to make it look different. Yeah, Doll and Cyrus, yeah. I don't know, man, those sales. Not that you need that beta content. I mean, you don't need any of it, right? But I mean, that stuff sells out so fast, especially the first run collector's edition stuff. If you're not a bot, don't even try. Okay, I like the bronze on the end there. Will I like the bronze on the handle? Is it going to be distinguishable enough from the gold? Kind of like it being shiny, like, well, the bronze is a little bit more muted anyways, at least the one that I have. So I don't know if this is going to need a Nuln Oil washing on it or not. Metallic. I didn't put that in there, did I? What's the point of having two different waters if you're never going to remember which one you're dipping it into? Okay. Skeletal Horde, where are you? So my Skeletal Horde bottle, I shook it around so now you can't tell, but it has about this much in it. And that's not because I use Skeletal Horde a lot. That's because I think this is the one paint that I have spilled. And it's too bad that it's actually like one of the best of the contrast line. And this lid won't stay open for me. So let's load up the brush. Yeah, that looks cool. I don't know if that bronze is enough of a different color though. Yeah, I think it looks all right. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can kind of see that that's like a little spine and a skull on the end there. So now, is an edge highlight going to look dumb on this scabbard, or can I do it correctly? We shall see. When I try to edge highlight, I always go from not enough paint to too much paint, back to not enough paint. Can you even see that? Barely. And it's drying down quite a bit actually too. This is going to be too much paint, I can already tell. Maybe I'll add a little bit of this to the base color. That did almost nothing. Need more. And then try to do like a normal highlight on it. That just kind of ended up looking like it's cut in half-ish. But if I go super wet, try to feather along the edge. Now if I go back. Ooh, that's way too much paint. It's a pretty dull surface, just a big flat scabbard. I could try to take it to an extreme. If I don't like it, cover it up. to see how that dries, if it dries down. It's pretty bright edge on there. And it might look dumb on the bottom because it's darker down there. So I do like this brighter highlight, but what I'm going to do actually is, so that it's not so crazy, is once it dries, I'll probably go over it with Agrass Earthshade. And that should dull it down a little bit. I'm going to let that dry. I also use Agrass Earthshade for my wash on my bases. So I'll probably paint the base real quick. And I'm using color card. Usually use Terra Earth, wherever it is. Here it is. And this is going to be a big just slop on the color. Because I will put other stuff on the base later. I'm going to need more of this. Or start using khaki or some other color. I don't know that I got enough out there. There we go. So I'm going to find a cheapy brush to do a lot of spreading. And there's like some of the sand on his boots there. Oh man, this brush is about to fall apart. Oh, I did not get enough paint out. It's pretty thin. It should dry fast. So that I can do the washing on the base. I usually do my varnishing on of my minis before I put any of the like static grass or plants or anything else on the base. Maybe a couple rocks or twigs or whatever. More color. Man, I'm gonna have to use this brush just for like mixing colors. This thing is, it was, I think this is like a cheap, probably brush that came with something, some art set that my kids got or something. Okay, so now the dangerous part. In between the feetsies, all right, that needs to dry before I can put a wash on it. I don't know if this light will help or if it's too bright. Too bright. Yeah, that doesn't help. How can I show you better? Is this camera on and focused? It is, but look how small it is. It's not very bright over there either. Is any of this helping? I can't tell. It's not in a good spot for me to be able to see and hold up my phone. Could always take a picture. I'll definitely be posting pictures on all the Discords and stuff. I don't have my own Discord, but I'm always on Robin Mills from Rob's Gaming Table, Bra Mithras. This is the KDM one, so I'll probably be posting it on there and on the what's it called? It's the Lantern. What is it called? Bra, if you're still there, what is it called? Lantern's Reign? I think that's what it's called. That Discord. Okay, Earth. Keep trying. Putting some green on the base here will really accent it, I think, quite a bit. You don't really have any green on the rest of it. Kind of like, I don't know. So the bases really bring out some character. Like this is my Dung Beetle Knight. And I was actually thinking when I did this one, like, hey, let's put him on some rocks. So I put some cork board on there for the rocks. But then just adding that little tiny bit of greenery and a little bush behind him Gives it a lot of character. A lot of character. I have another painted mini over there, but it's a typical KTM mini. It's not like super family friendly. I don't know if it's kind of the best one to show, but it's one that I was practicing flesh blending. So there's a lot of flesh showing on that particular mini. Well, I don't have anything else to do until this dries, so I'm probably just going to call the stream there. And I'll put pictures up on the Discords. So the stream was a lot better this time. There were a couple of hiccups, so hopefully it was smooth and you could hear me and everything. I'm looking forward to getting more of my games coming in that'll have minis to paint, and hopefully I can do it here on the channel. So okay, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoy everything I'm posting up on the channel, and leave me comments down below of anything that you liked, or that if there was any hiccups, or if you have any suggestions or anything like that, or any other minis that you want to see painted. I do have another one off to the side here that you can kind of see. This is the Lone Tree. The Lonely Tree. Or the Nightmare Tree. Oh man, my brain is not working right now. I had this here in case there were times when stuff was drying and I needed something else to paint. There's a lot of cool stuff to paint on this thing. I've got kind of like a really, really weird green base coat on these leaves. That's kind of darkish. But now I think I'm going to go back over it with a darker, like, speed paint or contrast paint. But I'm going to do the trunk part first. So I'm going to have this off to the side to do kind of like while other stuff is drying. Okay, like I said, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one.